There comes a time when a person must be willing to sacrifice in order to take a stand for what's right. Now, this is one of those times. And if I'm successful, this will be the proverbial first shot fired in American debtors' revolution against the usury and plunder perpetrated by the banking elite, the Federal Reserve, and the federal government. For 14 years, I've been a Bank of America customer. I've had 2 B of A credit cards, one of them paid off, another carrying a balance. I wasn't over the limit, nor behind in payments. In fact, my credit is good, and even though I've been laid off, I've had no trouble paying my bills. Recently, Bank of America jacked up my interest rate on the credit card to a whopping 30%. 30% APR. I could get a better rate from a loan shark. Well, I followed the advice of the finance gurus you see on TV, who say that if you call the company, you can negotiate a better rate. I did call Bank of America, and they weren't willing to negotiate anything. In fact, they referred me to a credit counseling and debt consolidation service. I don't have any trouble with my budget. Basically, Bank of America's message to me was, tough shit. Well, I thought about it. And now I have a message to Bank of America and to all the big banks who are robbing our current middle-class citizens and robbing our children and grandchildren of any hope of a middle-class standard of living in their future. So here goes. You are evil, thieving bastards. You have reaped ungodly profits in your behemoth casino scams, then lost, only to turn around and usurp the wealth of this great nation by the outright rape and pillage of middle-class Americans whose sweat and toil built it. The biggest ripoff in the history of the world is padding your bonus checks with the federal government as your co-conspirators. Every last one of you should be rotting in prison. Well, I'm here to tell you, B of A, I officially notify you, Ken Lay, that I'm staging a debtors' revolt right here, right now, and thereby refuse to pay you one more red cent on your 30% credit card account. This is called civil disobedience. Now, these are my terms. Unless you return my interest rate and monthly installment amount to what it was before the rate hike, or you make me a too good to turn down payoff offer, you're not getting another penny out of me. Had you left well enough alone, I would have continued to make my payments in good faith. But no, you had to bend me over for no good reason other than papering over your mega screw-up. You can send all the collection agencies after me that you want. You can call me 50 times a day if you want. I don't own any real estate. I don't own any real assets. I don't even have a permanent job right now. And even if I did, you'd have to get a court order to garnish my wages. And considering how many people are defaulting on your credit card accounts right now, the civil courts are going to be backed up for years. Years! You can ruin my credit, but the banks aren't loaning money anyway, so if the way I figure it, Mr. Lay, I've got nothing to lose. So stick that in your bailout pipe and smoke it. And to my fellow citizen debtors, you must make your own personal decision about whether to join me in this debtors' revolt. You will have to search your own soul to know whether it's right for you to take a stand and be willing to sacrifice your credit score to stop this outright financial rape. There's power in numbers, so make your own video to your creditors, write a letter, or simply tell the bill collectors who call you to stick it. But I hope you'll join me in this fight. There comes a time when we must make a stand, and my time is now.